Okay. Speaking to Tom Doyle, well, Tom, a bit of a run in the side, I guess you'd say, at left back. He's starting to feel like a fully fledged part of this first 11 now.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I'm always in and around the brinks of making that 11, but it's good to get some early games under my belt, get some game fitness as well, which is always good. So as long as I can contribute to the team, I'm happy. So it's all good.
How happy have you been with the last couple of 3 games in a Phoenix shirt?
Well, obviously not too happy with the last game. If the team wins, I'm happy. I don't really think too much about my personal performance. As long as we get the result and I can help with that, that's all I can really do. So that's what I kind of see as successful.
Can I ask you about the game against Brisbane Roar, though? It was a game which a lot of observers said it was your best game in a Phoenix shirt. Were you particularly satisfied after that game?
Not really. My passing rate was down. I think I was only at about 48%. I mean, I'm getting forward a lot more, which is what Ernie wants me to do. So, but it's just a lot of room for improvement. So that's where I'm, setting my benchmark as, and then I can just improve from there. But consistency is a big thing for me this year. I lacked in it last year, so if I can consistently play from that level and on, I mean, it could be a good year for me, or, you never know. Got good players coming in as well. You've got a lot of depth in the squad as well. So one bad game and you can be sitting on the bench. So I'm just trying to keep pushing forward.
Talking about getting forward in an actual physical sense, how much of that is about decision making, about knowing when to go and when not to?
Quite a bit actually, especially when you're marking someone like Costa. I mean, you leave him free and he's probably going to score. So you have to pick your times really. It was a lot harder, obviously, against Victory trying to get forward. Didn't get the ball too much, but I found it better against Brisbane. I could get forward a lot and make those runs. And when Mikey gets in the pockets, I mean, he can find you from wherever he is. So I try to make that run as much as possible, and we can push them into their own half and play front half football, which is what Ernie wants us to do. So I'm I'll make those runs as much as I can. You know what I mean?
What about desire as well? Because the winner against Brisbane was you overlapping Mikey in the 78th, 79th minute. So it's quite deep into the game. The desire to get forward. How much of a part does that play?
Oh, big time. I really want to score. I mean, it's my goal for the year. I want to get away from the -1 to back to par. So getting forward is a big thing for me this year. I mean, I think defensively I do my job pretty well, but adding something to the team going forward is what Ernie's looking for, and we like playing that attacking style football. I mean, it's what he's looking for in his wing back, so it's something I have to do, and you need to be passionate about doing it. So I've just been working on it every day at training, getting forward and having shots on goal and whipping in balls and trying to get as many assists as possible, I guess, this season.
Yeah, that delivery, how do you work specifically on that? Is it something that you do a bit of work away from the group sessions on, or is it just something you work on during the small-sided games here?
Yeah, of course, me and Louis and Troy and all the wing backs, we work on it most days after training, just whipping in balls, and we don't really need any strikers to finish it because we know the likes of Roy and Jeffrey and Blake, etc., are all going to be in there. They're making those runs. That's what they work on every day. And so if we put the ball in the right place, I mean, they're good enough to put the ball in the net. So that's good, yeah.
Setback on Monday night against Melbourne. How do you regroup and get ready for Central Coast this Sunday?
Pretty easy, really. We knew that they were a quality side and they showed up on the night, and we showed signs of playing some really, really quality football. We could have scored some goals and it could have gone the other way. I mean, goals do change the way teams perform on the night, but we've got a game plan against Central Coast and we're going to go at them, and I'm sure it's going to be an exciting game for us.
Look at Central Coast. What areas are you going to be concentrating on when it comes to...
Personally or?
Well, personally, yeah.
Personally, getting forward is a huge thing for me. Coming up against Stormaroo, I know them pretty well, so I'll just be looking to get in that space behind. Obviously, getting Mikey on the ball as much as possible and finding those pockets, and then he can either choose to play me or I can draw out Storm and find space for the likes of Roy and Jeffrey in behind. We know that they're a bit scattered at the back at the moment from watching videos and whatnot. So if we can exploit that, I think we'll do very well against them.
Okay, and just for yourself, also last season, bit of a breakthrough season. Over the off season and coming into this season, what are the areas that you talk about consistency? Is that the sole focus, or what else are you looking at?
Obviously, getting forward was a big thing. I mean, I was very defensive. I was playing as I guess I was in my shell a bit. I was playing as a left back and I saw myself, I was very nervous before games last year. I mean, I was just focused on my job and not too much about what I can do for the team as such. So getting forward is what Ernie wants, and that's what he tells me will make the difference between getting time on the ball and whatnot. So the more I can push their right wing into their own half gives me makes less pressure on me, I guess. So.
Is that sort of self-belief, does that just come with time?
I guess. I mean, I'd say most players are pretty nervous in their first season unless you're something special, and I'm not really something, you know, just a normal Kiwi left back. So obviously it's good to get games early in the season. It always helps. But I'm confident now. I mean, I've got nothing to lose, and you know, with all this happening with the club, I mean, all we can do is go out every weekend and perform. So we can control what happens on the pitch. So that's all I'm focused on and all I want to do.